Welcome to the Vinyl Hustle, powered by Music Record Shop at 3116 Locust in Midtown St. Louis. Yeah. Today we have Grammy-nominated Tank and the Bangas. Hey. What's up? Would you guys be willing to go around and kind of introduce yourself and say what you play in the band?
Of course.
Awesome.
I'm Albert. I play
You don't sound like Albert.
flute.
Hey, I'm Joshua Johnson. What's goody? I'm musical director and drummer.
I'm lead singer Tank.
I thought so.
Hey, I'm Norman. I play all the instruments and I love you, Maori.
Okay, it's going to be that kind of show. I can see already. Can you hear it?
Oh
All right, I'm Norman. I play keys and some other stuff in the band.
Okay.
Hey, I'm Albert. I play saxophone and flute.
Okay.
What's goody? My name is Josh, man. I'm the musical director. I'm a drummer.
Gotcha. Nice. Josh, Al, Norm,
And
Tank.
I'm Tariana Tank Ball. Yes,
Gotcha.
What do you do?
Everything.
She's the muse and inspiration. Well, so you're nominated for Best New Artist, and you might be new to the Grammy audience, but I know people in St. Louis have been listening to Tank and the Bangas for years and years now. Do you guys remember a first time or first show here in St. Louis by chance?
Yeah. What's that place called?
The Rock House, right?
Oh, Old Rock House. Yeah, I've seen several shows. I've seen you guys there before. Okay.
I mean, in recent years.
Recent years, yes.
We did Big Frida there. We did us. And then us. And
You did Big Frida, huh?
Whoa.
No, you did.
Tales from the tour bus, huh?
Tells
That would
Oh,
have
That was horrible.
Already.
I
stumped
remember the
you.
people, but never really the venues
Sure.
quite so much. But you know, if I see some, you know, the energy of the people will help me remember. But I remember the Golden Arches.
from McDonald's.
Dollar menu.
So, no, I definitely remember the venue, man.
Right on.
Several times. Loading in and out, smoking on the side of it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Under that
Best thing
bridge,
about
that
the
highway.
Rock House is that they pipe through the music into the green room bathroom.
Oh,
and
really?
It sounds like an album. So like you listen to whoever's playing, and it sounds awesome. I remember listening to Maggie. Yeah.
Okay.
I was in there about 45 minutes.
Yeah.
But we do love it here, though.
Yes. You guys seem to come back almost every year to St. Louis. Yes. And yeah, so that first show was in 2017, and then you sold it out again in 2018, which was part of the whole Lou Fest debacle, if you remember that.
Yeah, that's what I remember.
Yeah.
And I'm still trying to come and move into a smaller venue, right? Just to be with our fans, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It definitely was. It wasn't an easy feat, but
Sure.
we made it through.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering what that experience was like when it canceled, and then you had to book a show real quick, and then it sold out in days. Yeah.
Crazy, like,
Yeah, stuff like that on the road happens quite a lot, or not so much.
Not that much.
Okay.
Not that much.
Yeah. And would you prefer playing a massive festival show like that, or in an indoor venue where you're kind of headlining and you get to play as long as you want? And
Everything.
everything.
I like all that.
Okay.
See, all that club bigger the party, and then
Yeah.
the festival stage is like, wow, this is fun. We drunk to this.
Yeah.
Outside, and then when it's a big old venue, it's like, wow, all these people are here. All of them have their own little excitement to them, for sure.
Yes.
For sure.
Sometimes it's nice to just hop on and hop off on the festival stage, you know?
Yeah.
You might not have to bring as much in.
Okay.
Just kind of get to show up. It's kind of cool to do backstage. Maybe some catering, masseuse, maybe magician. You know what I'm saying?
But we have
got some
Really? That's
right after the set. Oh my God, you guys were amazing. Here you go. Here's a magic show for 5 minutes.
I thought I was amazed when he said masseuse, and then I was like, hey, that would be nice.
That
And then he
would be
said
real
magician.
nice.
I was like, hold on. It's like,
Yeah, but she was there last night.
yeah. Oh, that's cool.
Really? Where were you last night?
I wasn't last night. It was the night before in Columbus, Ohio.
Oh, nice.
Okay. Very nice.
Never been there.
Very nice.
Well, Brandon and I talk a lot about festival shows
Yeah.
compared to indoor shows, and as spectators, we much more prefer indoor shows, we feel the sound is better, and I guess it's better for the crowd because there's not so many people and that.
Yeah.
But so I was interested in an artist's perspective. You
They
guys,
all bring such
yeah.
a different vibe, man. Like indoor shows, some of them are more intimate, but even like the bigger venues, they're almost like the outdoor shows to us on
Sure.
stage. So
Yeah.
it's like, to us, it's like just the vibe that the people bring in, the energy that they bring, and the energy we bring in as well. So
Yeah.
All right. You guys are-
I felt intimate in a big old outside situation before.
Really?
Many times.
Okay.
Many times. I mean, they're right there. You don't have to call them to you. They're already standing up.
True.
They're waiting. You know, that the weather sometimes is really great. You feel free because the stage is so huge.
Yeah.
You know, and we. You know, in my head, I never said out loud, but I was like, you know, how PJ say he a live show killer. He's be like, festival killer. We used to go to festivals and just, you know, tear it down.
Sure,
That's
yeah.
what we had, and that's how we gained, you know, a lot of fans from that. So, but yeah, I understand what you mean about, you know, certain things. But I'm just telling you from my perspective that I felt the intimacy in all type of places, and sometimes haven't felt it from an indoor situation.
Awesome. Yeah, it's not an answer I
I
expected.
could see that. Yeah.
Maybe for Tank, this question's for you. I read online that you kind of started in the poetry
It's
slam.
a lie.
Is it a lie? Oh, I don't believe
And
that.
won the National Poetry Slam 2 years in a row. And I was kind of wondering what that transition was like, going from that scene to playing in a band with. It seems like sometimes you guys have like 8 or 9 people on stage. Yeah, 11 to 16.
Oh, really? Wow.
Was it hard to kind of go from doing something yourself to playing with all these people?
It wasn't hard. Just learning things that, you know, that they knew that I just don't. You know, that still sometimes is the case.
Okay.
But I feel like I always kind of been a part of a team, and I've always been an asset to a team. I always have, and that was because I could write and I could sing. And when I'm with these guys now, I discovered I can flow too.
Yeah.
So it made me better for sure.
Yes.
It made me better. And
Growing, evolving, that kind of thing.
definitely have evolved through the years. Definitely have evolved.
Nice.
I look forward to evolving even more. You know, I look forward to 40.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, well now that you're putting that out there,
I'm
yeah.
gonna be a hot girl.
I think so too.
Thank you.
When I was a freshman in college, I interned for this company that put on the National Poetry Slam at the venue you guys are playing tomorrow at the pageant. So I was wondering if you were, I guess, not a part of that. I think it was like 2002, 2003.
Wow, definitely was not yet
Before your
school.
time? Okay.
Yeah, that was kind of like I graduated in 2007 or 6 years, so I wasn't
okay.
yet. But
Okay.
I've been doing poetry for years.
Sure.
So like, but not not over there. in
Yeah.
That venue.
Yeah, at the time.
Hey,
yeah.
hey, bro.
That's okay. She's gonna give hers. I'll give
Oh
mine.
well.
Yeah. But yeah, that was something I'd never experienced before, and it was really cool to see these poets from all over the country doing their thing.
It's exciting. It to me, it felt exactly the way that people feel when they go to the Olympics and they're an Olympian.
Yes.
Or when they're at the games, you know, the way the musicians feel when they're amongst a lot of musicians, because as poets look up to each other for our words and our delivery. So that's when you feel like you're among your widows and your tribe.
Sure.
So when I first got introduced to it and I was around all those youth that were just like me and better, it was an experience that changed me, honestly. You know, I credit a lot to New Orleans. I also credit a lot even more to the poetry scene for making me who I am.
Awesome. Very cool. Well, let's move on to the not so new album that we got here, Green
Well, it's
Balloon.
only a year old.
Yeah.
Jesus, give
Well,
hey, let them give the baby a voice.
What's next out of the
it's
pipe,
a
huh?
toddler.
Counting months.
Exactly.
Old vintage monster.
What's next? Dang, let's be in
I
6-year album.
I did not ask that.
Sensitive. Whoa.
This dinosaur of an album we have here.
Yeah.
This whole thing.
Matter of fact, give me my damn.
This fossil. How do you feel about your fossil?
The balloon's still vibrant. Not so young.
A little dusty.
It's like a little skeleton.
Just like my nephew. Let's discuss it.
Yes. Well, we love it here, and it looks like you guys signed with, let's see, was it Verve Records for this album? Was it a big difference doing an album for a major label like that than the first one, which was Think Tank, right?
Very different.
Very different, yeah. Cool.
Very different. To me,
Better? Yeah.
experience.
Easier, maybe?
I guess.
Yeah.
Because I mean,
It's different.
it
The
was
first one was more rushed, right?
Oh,
It was more rushed.
Was the first one, did you guys just kind of decided to go in a studio and you paid for it yourself and everything, or not?
yeah.
Not quite.
It was
Yeah,
like
wow,
that.
okay.
And we were by friend's house, and then I spent a lot of time by Norman's house and in his bathroom recording things.
That's where you gotta do it,
Has
on the
such
4-track.
great acoustics.
Sure, yeah.
Oh yeah. Blanket up, you know,
Yeah.
over the door.
Yep.
Yeah, it's all
I definitely know the bathroom
That'd
strategy.
be the best though.
Yeah.
Be the best for real. This was cool because you fly out to go meet other producers that you never met, and you see all the work that they've done for artists that you love. So you get excited.
Yeah,
And
plaques on the
And we
walls.
didn't work with 50 people. We worked with literally about 3 or 4 producers.
More than that.
With
Yeah,
Zayto,
really?
and
Wow.
Mark Batson, Jack Splash,
Louis Lasted,
Louis Lasted,
Robert Glasper.
Robert Glass.
Oh, wow. Legend.
So that's about 5, because we already had so much of what we wanted to do already planned out before we ever met a label. We literally probably put maybe 1 or 2 brand new songs on it, and that was Nice Things and
Ants.
Ants.
Ants. Oh, what a great song.
Right.
Yeah.
A lot was already thought of before we ever was introduced to a label.
Very cool. I've noticed that you guys have actually more live albums now than your 2 studio albums.
Is that funny?
Yeah, that's very fun, especially for such a young band. But there must be something about the Tank and Bangas live show that makes it so unique. People wanna see it all the time, and it seems like you're changing it almost from night to night on tour. Is that something you kind of consciously do all the time, or what is it about a live show that makes your guys unique to other shows? Tough question.
Musical director.
Yeah.
Very musical director.
What makes it unique?
Unique, yes.
I would have to say is the actual musicianship of the people that are in this band.
Okay.
Outside of the direction that they take. You know what I mean? If they're not able to execute what I'm thinking, we wouldn't be able to do it.
Okay.
And so, and having been able to work with these guys for so long before we have show after show after show, like there was weeks where we had rehearsal on top of rehearsal on top of rehearsal.
Really?
So yeah, I mean, it was a lot of work that went into how we are with each other and how we're able to play and how we're able to gel together. So I think all of those things play a part in how we're able to move around on stage and hopefully casually, seemingly take risks,
Yeah.
change songs, go from space to space or genre to genre, whatever you want to call it, you know what I mean, moment to moment.
Yeah.
Treat it like that.
Right on.
Yeah.
Is the lineup constantly changing as you're on tour, or you kind of have something set for a tour and then you mix it up?
We have something set, but
Okay.
it doesn't always go as planned. The space is always dictating something.
Sure.
So you may be in the space and be like, yo, we're about to do this, and everybody's like, all right, cool, all right.
You know how Peyton Manning's thing is like calling audibles?
It's
Yes.
audible.
That's kind of Josh's thing too.
Man, it's-
So some people
Yeah.
kind of
Here
get benched for the night?
42, you know?
Necessary too.
Yeah.
Sometimes the vibe is just weird, and we know, okay, we're gonna do this, and we're gonna look at it. And then sometimes it's like, all right, we out of time, so we can't do this whole song.
We've had one of those. You have 2 minutes. And we're like,
Okay,
snap.
here it
first
is.
one.
Listen to everything I'm saying from here on.
The voice of God.
Yes.
Everyone's like, okay, we have 2 minutes. Holy crap!
Yeah.
You know what that means?
You guys must be having fun on stage if it's going that quickly.
And getting to the end is amazingly fun.
It flies by.
Yeah.
Literally, it just goes so fast.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's
Yeah.
amazing. It's that thing, man. It's that stream.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
one thing I'm glad that has never happened is they have muted us in the middle of ending the show.
What?
That, I don't think that has ever happened.
Oh, never happened. Okay, well that's good.
That's
We've
good.
lost power before.
Yeah.
We've
Really?
lost power. That doesn't count.
Oh yeah, they didn't power to make everybody clap. Keep the rhythm going.
They keep going.
All you
Yeah.
hear is the horns and the drums. It's awesome.
But
So then you just go a cappella,
we've
kind
never
of.
gone
Yeah,
that long. That's the serious part.
yeah.
Gotta
Awesome.
improvise.
Yeah.
Improvise. Yeah, I remember that.
You're stupid, man.
So we talk a lot of records, obviously, on this show, and noticed you guys walking around and looking. Do you guys collect vinyl, or any of you have a music collection at home? Norman,
Yeah.
yes, yeah, almost all of you.
I don't. This guy does though.
Oh, okay, you're playing. I
I
guess
have 5
cool.
records.
5 records.
Yeah, I have 3 ones that people have given us, and 2 of them are ours, I think.
Oh,
Oh, really?
On everything, yo, probably like 3 years ago, I had 3 records. I had Off the Wall, and I had this Random Slum Village record. I got
Interesting.
like 100-something records now.
Wow, so you're a recent, kind of got into it recently.
About what and what now? If you got
Awesome.
records, bro.
If I had my own house, I would have more.
stopped.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I
I
went by somebody's house, and for the first time I heard vinyl, and I went, oh my God, it sounds like the concerts in the room.
Right.
Yes.
I didn't know that it would feel that good, and like they're next to me. It was a Gil Scott Heron.
Oh my
and
God.
It was
Pieces of a Man, or
it
do
was
you
something
know what
amazing.
album it was?
Is the Revolution When I Be Televised?
Yeah,
Called
yep, that's the one,
Yeah,
yep.
that was the one it was.
That
It
is
was-
such a-
It was
so
like,
good.
oh my God, is he? I kept looking around. I was like, I know you here. I feel you in this room with me, and that's when I
Yeah.
just knew, like, when I get my home, like, it's 2 things that I want. You know, the first things I'm gonna buy is a rug for the bathroom, right?
That's
and
the
then,
first
and
thing.
then the vinyl. Imagine your house full of nothing but a rug and a vinyl,
Yeah,
right?
that's all you need.
I live there.
That's like a
Yeah.
room, right? You see what I'm saying?
That's
like,
all you need.
So, Norm, are there particular speakers that you use?
No.
No?
However, there's a lot of speakers I want.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I got kids, so I ain't spending like I want to.
Right? Oh, I heard that.
Yeah,
you spin it like you want to.
no, I'm spinning like I want to.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Awesome. Well, next question. In New Orleans, or you're originally from Baltimore, right?
Baltimore,
Yeah.
that's right.
But you probably didn't collect then, I guess.
Oh, I hit up Soundgarden all the time.
Soundgarden, that's in
You know
Baltimore?
Soundgarden?
No, I
Yo,
don't.
oh my
Okay.
God. First of all, they used to get all my checks from after school.
Really?
Just hand them
I go
over.
to Soundgarden and CD Depot, man.
Nice.
Collect CDs and CDs. I got book full of CDs now. I even sold up my CD.
You remember when it was a book?
Still got the book.
You still got the
I
book?
got books. My books is full
Oh
of
my
I got books and
God.
cans. I got bootlegs and,
Yeah.
and my actual
Oh my
joints.
God.
Wow, that's awesome.
The joy of making a CD for you, full of your favorite songs. Keep trying to keep it clean. Trying to, you know, like, remember that, the little
Oh, yeah.
Windex?
Oh, yeah.
Keep it, trying not to crack the jewel case.
Yeah.
Man,
Y'all,
stay
y'all was
sipping up,
y'all was fly
open
with
it
it.
up.
I had a spool of 50, and whenever one got messed up, time for another one. A spool of 50.
CDs are the worst.
On my computer is just so much music. I mean, I hate to say it out loud, but of course I was on Morpheus and LimeWire.
Sure.
You know,
Yeah, I was there
in my
too.
youth,
Yeah.
in my
Stop
youth,
calling out the things that still work. Thanks.
in my youth, you know? Oh my goodness.
Ain't nothing like the real thing, man.
Yeah.
You know, having the lyrics
Yeah.
right here, you can open that book
Yeah.
and be like, oh, that's what they said.
Yeah, that's what they said.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that's why we do that
that's what
too,
producers.
so people can know what the hell I'm talking about.
Yes. Is there a shop in New Orleans that you frequent?
Yep, Euclid Records.
No way.
Euclid. You got a
What's up,
Euclid
Lefty?
too?
Yup.
That's how you pronounce that?
Yeah, that's St. Louis born.
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh,
there's one
man,
in
shout out to
Webster, and then they moved to New Orleans, and so there's one in St. Louis and in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, so to go check
Love
it out.
Euclid Records.
Euclid cool. Shout out to Peaches too, because they
Sure.
they love us and we love them back.
Yeah, is there still a Peaches in
Yep,
New
they
Orleans?
just moved
Oh,
from-
no kidding.
They moved from Decatur to Magazine now.
Oh,
Magazine in the
my
Poland, I
God.
think.
okay.
Oh, look at the shirt. Look
I
at she
didn't
got a
think-
shirt
yeah.
on right
Oh, there we go.
We talk about Peaches
think there was
records
any
all the
left.
time.
there.
Yeah.
Peaches, man,
Peaches
she's
so
so
kind
sweet.
of-
Man.
That's
Yeah.
cool. Very cool. Okay, well, I'm actually going to New Orleans for Easter weekend. Is that a good time to go? I don't know. It's like a month away from
April
now.
12th or something.
Yeah.
Why Easter though?
I don't my
Yeah.
really.
Oh no, we not.
No, you guys are gonna be in like
back.
Europe, I think.
Yeah, we get back a few days after.
Right, right.
How long you gonna be
Okay.
done?
Just we leave on Easter Sunday and we get there like the Wednesday before.
And what are you gonna do?
We're gonna we're gonna see of Montreal. We're gonna go to. They said there was a gay pride parade on Easter Sunday. We're gonna do that, and my sister-in-law, she planned the whole thing. But yeah. Is there
I give you my list.
Yes.
I send people a list of where they should go.
Do
all
it.
the
Okay.
time, where
You
they
don't
go.
wanna say it on
I wish I
camera?
had you about 3 or 4 months ago when I was there.
Oh, did you just go?
If you want to play with me, I say put your airdrop on.
Okay.
This is my list.
For next time, okay, I'm listening.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, we'll get that list off camera.
Yes, definitely.
And so you guys got a couple more shows here in the States, and then you're heading over to Europe. And you guys have played over there before, correct?
Few times.
Yeah. What is
Almost every
the
summer.
really?
Almost every summer.
Yeah. Is it just a way different vibe? Do you get a lot of real good response from people over there? Yes.
Yeah.
And better within the years too.
Really?
Better.
Yeah.
Either they're getting
Yeah.
better or we're getting more comfortable with their stares.
Well, I tell you what, I've talked to a lot of bands, and they say over in Europe, it's just there's a different appreciation for like
It
what
is.
what you're doing. Yeah, especially if you're playing live music. There's just a whole different appreciation for it that those people have over there than in the States. I don't know, but I do know that bands, and me and Scott have talked about this at length. I do know that bands over here that are kind of popular, when they go over there, it's like they can't even walk down the street.
Yes.
It's like
I don't
crazy.
experience that. That we went to, a lot of people know that we went to live in London. We saved up all our money, had these parties at home called Tank and the Bangas Backyard Hangouts.
Really?
And
Dang.
everything that we did went towards living in London. We went out there, it was nothing like we expected. The people we were supposed to live with, they never showed up. We ended up
Whoa.
living on a farm in
What?
the outskirts,
Dang.
like with some Christian missionary type
Uh-oh.
of vegetarian.
We
Wait. John and Hannah
sound like some
might be Christian
Cultish.
missionary or whatever, but that ain't. And it's not just a farm. They lived in a cottage.
We lived on
in
a
the English
farm in
countryside.
a
He
cottage.
makes drums. He
That's
made a
exactly
slab
what I
with
said.
God.
That's kind of
Heard
cool.
about our situation, and they let us stay in their house, and we was all over their house.
Wow.
I slept under a vice in the
Kitchen.
drum shed. I think Al might have slept in there too, and there's other people around the kitchen floor, living room floor, sofas, and wherever we could fit in.
Wow.
And then after that, Tanker did the song with this girl D. D had an apartment and let us stay there for when she
The
heard about
remainder of our
situation.
time.
Really?
Straight
And
up.
without her and without
Just
John
a
and
tiny
Hannah
apartment.
and Dee,
Wow.
7 of
we
us.
would not have made it.
Wow.
Legit.
Wow.
We would not have made it. Never. For sure. So thank you to them.
Yes.
For sure.
Yes.
But I don't know if y'all felt this way, but every problem and trouble that we had out there, because we also bought an 18-year-old Japanese van, and they have these roundabouts in London, and our manager hit one of those roundabouts because Norma was asleep.
Oh, no.
So we got her, and and after that we never could find the piece to fix it, so we needed a new tire almost every other week. It took our money down.
Oh,
like
goodness.
we would drop to a gig, it'd be hard to get back. You know what I'm saying? It was really difficult.
It was an
But for
adventure.
some reason,
It's an
everything felt like an adventure.
Yeah.
I swear,
Everything
yo,
felt like
we-
an adventure.
we
Everything
be
felt
trying
like
to get home
it's all
from
good.
Yeah.
We're gonna get there. This is a part of the journey. Like I'm telling you right
Yeah,
now,
yeah, yeah.
something to laugh at, something to make you stronger.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
many nights
Yeah.
we trying to get
Struggle.
home. We trying to get back to the apartment, yo. And on this old ass van, this old van, the daggone, the tire just go out, and we gotta change this tire.
And then we know what happened.
And it's the
Time to
middle
slow
of the night.
down.
We didn't even show the
Like-
tools we need. So
And we
we
were like, we
stop
got a
people
flag,
and
we
ask
got a
them for
flag,
props.
y'all. Nobody gonna help you. It's not America.
Everybody-
Everybody
oh,
gonna
yeah,
stop and
no,
help
nobody else.
everybody.
Every now and then you get somebody. Do you need some help?
That was
Nah.
good. That was
Nah,
really
we
good.
didn't.
And
We ain't never had no help.
they jack is nowhere near because their car is so small, and that
Yeah.
van is actually bigger than anything they have. So like, we have this.
Yeah. That ain't gonna work.
It's not gonna cut it.
Well, all of it just felt like a part of our adventure.
Yeah.
Together.
Yes.
And it was great. It was great.
I think bands that go through that kind of shit, when they're coming up and stuff. And
we
it's
could curse?
It's yeah.
Didn't that help you just?
All right, let's start over.
And
I saw him catch us.
so y'all didn't have to pause.
I saw him catch himself. I'm like, oh man, he doesn't know. But anyway, I think that bands that go through that shit, early on. I think that later, when they do hit success or they do hit something that's a little bit easier, maybe they get a new tour bus or whatever, I think they appreciate it even more,
yes.
rather than those that just seem like they just fall into it and just, they got everything from the get-go, you know what I
They don't
mean?
know what to do afterwards. Man.
Yeah.
They don't know what to do.
So it's good. I mean, I think it's good to go through. It's
Yeah.
paying your dues on a whole new level, really.
Makes you appreciate it and builds character.
Everybody
Absolutely.
loves to say, I saw you on Tiny Desk. I've been following you guys since Tiny Desk.
Yeah.
And every time in my head I think, you just don't know. You just don't know the years.
Before
Way
that.
Before
Yes.
Tiny Desk was a simple video that we made time to do
Yeah.
amongst everything else that we were doing. And our manager had to put it on the schedule like it was a gig because we were so lackadaisical and like just making it happen for ourselves that she had to schedule it. But before then, we were on tour for years and just, I mean, in tight, confined spaces, sharing one room, you know, setting little clubs.
Sleeping on floors.
Ablaze, you know what I'm saying?
Bruh, sleeping at people's house, man. Like,
And London was before Tiny Desk, you know what I'm saying? So we've been together for a long time. So I'm so grateful for the platform, but you must know that underneath the platform, there is rocks.
And
Oh, there is
foundation.
foundation.
There's a lot of
You know what I'm
foundation.
saying? There is foundation.
Yeah. To get there was a struggle, but you don't see that. And I watched that episode too. And I got to say something. This is a little off subject, but you know how you click on YouTube and as you're scrolling through the suggestions, like if you stop on the
We
video,
just talked about that this morning.
it'll start playing. It'll start playing the video you want to watch, but there's no sound until you click on it.
That's so weird now.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
That's
But
weird.
I was watching your facial expressions like just on that with no sound, and I was like, I could watch this with no sound, just watching her. and then when I played it, you know, and watched the sound, and then you're so. I think you bring like just that extra vibe to it, just with your facial expressions, because you are so into it. You're so into
I see
it,
the gift.
and it's like,
they be like this.
yeah.
Like they want to just do this all the time.
I could watch that for
Hilarious.
days. Just it's so great. It made it that much better. I think. Yeah, I mean it was awesome, and the music is awesome, but it just adds that little bit
People
to
love
it.
that concert. I rarely watch it. Sometimes
it's
when I
so
do, I
great.
say, "Oh, look at
I
that."
watched it a couple weeks ago.
We made so many mistakes, and we were so nervous.
oh
So
my
when we
goodness.
watch it, go, I made that mistake. Like a lot of people don't even know that when I say who, like when I say I don't know, like that was actually I didn't know. I literally forgot my
And
lyrics.
people love all them little
You
small
know,
things.
Oh, wow.
I guess it's all of that.
Yeah.
Somebody, I think a famous poet said that people even begin to copy my errors. You know,
Oh, yeah.
so even my errors are perfect.
Yeah.
So it's kind of amazing that
I like
that's
that.
people
deep.
literally
Effortless
will
master.
just
Yeah,
think that,
Yeah.
you know,
Bob Ross.
with you, as long
Happy
as it was
accident.
you mistakes and all.
that's right.
So.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully this tour in Europe will go a lot better. And
Europe is good to us.
Good to you.
America
Good.
is better
Seems
to us.
that way.
But Europe is good to us, and we love to be out there. We love the people. The food is okay. It's gotten better.
We definitely know when it is time
The
to go
festivals
home.
are
really,
great.
you
Especially in Germany.
you can feel like you
can
want to
feel
get
it
back
in
to
your
the
bones.
States.
You be like, all right, it's time to go
Time to
back
get
to
back.
the
You never
Yes.
feel so American until you go overseas. You never feel so American.
Right.
When you hear, you're like, oh, I forgot your
Yeah.
America. Your train was bad. You know,
Yeah.
you're wrong for what you do. And then you go over there and you see somebody, oh my God, you're from Chicago?
Yeah.
You know, you just, oh my God, are you from Las Vegas?
Yeah.
You know, you feel connected to them.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I feel so, you know, even when we were in Japan and I was meeting people from, you know, America, you feel even more connected
Yeah.
to them. It's crazy
Yeah.
how you don't feel that at home and go away and feel it, you know?
Yeah.
So I just welcome everybody to travel.
Yes, for
travel,
real.
yeah.
Yeah,
You know?
definitely.
Yeah, you get
leave
it.
that job for a year.
Yeah,
Leave
you
that
get
job.
it. It's an eye opener. It really is.
Yeah,
Because it's different out there.
change your perspective. Yeah,
Facts, man. It shows you how important you're not.
exactly.
True.
You know
Yes,
what I mean? We
True.
put ourselves on pedestals a lot of times, and we're not the smartest ones in the world.
yes,
Right,
insignificant.
We know our language. They know our language and several others. In the world.
Exactly.
Yeah, I
Yes.
We
hate
gotta be humble. For real.
Yeah.
Yeah, stay
Yeah.
humble, no
sure.
doubt.
You say you're so good. And we're the best. You be like, y'all got a toilet that open?
Wait, your toilet has a seat warmer?
I walk in the bathroom in Japan, right? We walk in this hotel with Hamacho Shadow. We love you. Have us back. We walk in, the toilet says, hey. I sit down and it's warm.
Wow.
Oh,
So
man.
it opened automatically and it's warm.
Flush it out, yo.
Wash your butt.
It's got the bidet. Yeah.
Wash, blowing around all the
Yes.
fresh.
I've experienced that.
You know how you hate to break your sleep to use
Yeah.
the restroom in the middle of the night?
Yeah.
Man, you be all good. You're like, well, I guess I have to, go to the old, come on.
Oh, come on.
You never been greet you.
That is creepy.
So you, when you're overseas, what you're saying is I should eat a lot, so I have to do this.
Yes.
No.
Only in Japan.
Only in Japan.
Tokyo.
Okay.
Only Japan.
And go to Nagoya to get the best chicken wings.
Oh, okay.
Great chicken wings in
Nagoya.
Nagoya.
Nagoya, Japan.
Germany has great festivals.
Yeah.
Sure.
Great outdoor and indoor festivals, like and out there I noticed that they do a lot of indoor festivals. You know what I'm saying? They like to respect the artists in that sense a lot, and very organized.
Yeah.
And you know,
Yeah. Tel Aviv too, yo. It's good
Oh, Tel
vibes.
Aviv.
Oh,
Really?
for real? I would never would have guessed that.
yeah, we wouldn't
Really?
either. But it's warm and it's beautiful and the people
Artsy.
are amazing.
Nice,
and it's,
really?
It's one of our favorite places as well as Amsterdam. We ride the bikes like the locals.
Yeah.
It's scary.
Yeah. It looks like so many bikes and traffic.
So
That would
many
scare me. That would
bikes.
intimidate
Oh my
me.
God.
It's actually organized.
Really?
That's nice.
We're the problem when we go over there.
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah.
You
you
guys see
guys-
sticks in the mud, they're just like, yeah, help me. It's like flowing around you. It's like 8-year-olds riding like effortlessly.
Yes.
They have intersections with no lines on them. People are like
It's scary.
crisscrossing. You're like,
Yeah.
Yeah, you never realize how scary it is to ride a bike.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Man, what would it be like if American cities were like that? That would be.
Wow.
All they do
Man, we've
is
got
say-
so many.
Because it's so peaceful there.
So many deaths.
Because the thing about the Netherlands, they have car lane, bike lane,
But a big
walking
bike lane.
So everybody's good if you stay in your lane.
Yeah.
Even,
Yeah.
even in New Orleans,
our
we like to get a
streets are
small
wider,
bike
so
lane.
they-
Like, there you go.
Yeah.
Percentages. It's the same, but it's just the percentage of what's what. It just is very different here. Like we have 3-lane highways. They probably
Yes.
have 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a bike lane and a walk. So it's like, yeah, yo.
Yeah. Maybe we'll get there someday.
Someday,
God willing.
y'all gonna have to fly.
Venlo,
Yeah.
Rotterdam,
We run out of
Amsterdam,
car
you go,
space.
you go.
Right on.
When we see a bike, even on the shoulder, riding up there,
Yes.
we're like, look at this idiot.
He's in the
Yeah.
way.
This guy.
With that,
What's he thinking?
We're in a car.
We're driving.
Yeah.
Look at you, problem.
And when we rode our van in Amsterdam, they was looking at us like,
Whoa, that's a huge
Oh,
fan.
yeah, we
Look,
drove the
we
van
were-
and
we
you
were
were in the
all
car.
around in our big oversized van. Oh my God.
And then 100 bikes, and then our van.
America has to get it
Slow
together.
down,
man.
just try.
We gotta get it
And
together.
they know, and they're biking, they're like, I wish you would honk me. It's
Yeah.
a bike lane.
Yeah.
Amsterdam's so peaceful, they just ding to let you know they're behind you. Just ding ding.
Ding,
you know,
ding.
there's
Yeah.
a little honking.
And everybody knows
bikes
what that
walking down,
means.
It's like, oh, there's somebody behind me.
Yeah.
Everybody's in
That's
such a chill
nice.
mood because everything's legal, so everybody's high.
Sure.
Right, right.
It's like, oh,
As
just
a
go ahead.
As a matter of fact, from our Green
Nobody's
Balloon,
paranoid.
very old, very young album, we have a song in there called, what's it called again? Happy Town. That was written about Amsterdam. If you guys
yeah,
would like
okay.
to know about our experience further.
Definitely. Yes.
If you listen to it in reverse, you'll hear that we actually talk about a bike crash.
Oh, okay.
That doesn't sound very happy.
Listen to it in reverse with a certain frequency. Yeah, man.
Okay.
We did a lot for this album.
Nice.
We love our
We're tired of
fans.
that.
Yeah. You- Extra effort.
We love our fans.
Somebody go look for it too.
Well, you guys are on a major tour now with a big band, the Revivalists. Yes. Yeah. What's that like touring with them? Were you guys fans beforehand, or kind of how did it come about?
Honestly, I don't even know how it came about because when it goes above you, it's kind of like the
Yeah.
powers that be when it comes down to the management and people talking.
The label
we,
and stuff.
We opened up for them for I think it was New Year's Eve,
Oh.
and which began a friendship. We did a really important song in New Orleans that it'll come out a little later on featuring Dave. So it's been a relationship that we've been cultivating, and they are amazing band, and they're great spirits. It's been a really easy road for us opening, and we haven't opened up for anyone in a long time. So to be in these huge theaters and to get this experience of this band traveling with these huge trucks, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's definitely it lets you know where you're heading. I believe that we're heading there. And so that
yeah.
would be good.
Yeah, we're gonna have a semi in a couple, maybe 2 or 3.
Yeah. You'll each have your own bus.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna have one because I got a family.
I got him on,
Right?
Section, kids in the front.
Yeah. There you go.
Just for my lip glosses.
I'm not doing all that, man. You could just give my money and I'm gonna drive a little car.
Really? You like to
He
drive?
wants to drive.
Yeah, he wants to save. He wants to save.
I'm gonna have
He'll expand on
a
the semi.
dude drive in. I'm gonna sit right there.
Okay. Yeah.
Nice.
While they drive.
Yes.
I don't need to talk.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a bus with a studio, smoking section, and the kids section.
There you go.
Wow.
Perfect. It's a
That sounds
big
like the way
bus.
old planes used to be. That did not work.
Yeah.
He's gonna get one of them imported toilets from Japan.
Oh yeah, it's only $38,000.
Yeah, big deal.
Toto,
The Toto Neil just sucker's bad. We love you, Toto. They did not make that.
So the even more recent album is Live Vibes 2, and I think that came out for Record Store Day, and then Live Vibes came out the other Record Store Day. Can we expect a Live Vibes 3? I know Record Store Day is coming up. I haven't
is
seen
it?
the list.
When is-
April 18th, maybe.
That's April. Probably not.
Probably not. Okay. Maybe next year.
That's a real song. That's real song, you dig? That's
Yeah,
a real
okay.
song.
I guess it'll be the next year.
When's CD day?
Yeah, I was gonna say
There's no CD day.
Can I drop an MP3 day?
You
We
could.
introduced the record that we still got on Record Store.
There you
Y'all
go.
remember
Our
this?
live
You
vibes
remember
was
this?
so special though because we literally planned to get together for all our most supportive fans in New Orleans. They didn't know what was going on. We told them to be at this certain date. You know, beautiful studio, candles, everything, and we was like, we have a special live recording just for you guys, only for you guys, and we're presenting it. And it was all songs done freestyle, you know, and it was really special.
Very cool.
And we invited with Sweet Crew, Icon, HuSTLe, you know, New Orleans artists. So
Yeah.
it was really special. I wish we could. Ty, no time, huh? Right? Nope. Yes. Nope.
Vinyl print takes so long.
Really?
To print vinyl overnight, we might be able to pull it off. but-
Yeah, if we could do
it's
it
not
overnight,
easy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we can plan for next year. So sounds like you're open to it.
Record Store Day happens twice a year, right?
Yeah, there's like a lesser one on Black
Whoa,
Friday.
lesser.
It is lesser.
I didn't say that.
Oh.
You said lesser record store
Lesser.
day.
These
Yeah,
guys
yeah,
are
yeah.
offensive. No. What the?
That really
fudge?
offended you?
I'm very
You
sensitive.
love Black Friday.
Very sensitive. He said a lesser day. Whoa, we're going to put it out that day. He was like, that's a lesser day.
Actually, I feel like the Live Vibes 2 did come out on Black Friday. That record store.
Oh no, I just mean the next one. The next one.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But even though we won't do something for Record Store Release Day this year, we still, even right here in St. Louis, we are creating. Right, literally, like even when we leave you, we will go create. We created last night right here in this city something very special for our fans.
Really?
And motivation is for them. you know?
Awesome.
So
Nice.
just know that it was created here and it'll be out.
Yes.
Nice.
Well, I really love your live records, and I can't wait to hear another one.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Definitely.
Tank and the Bangas on tour right now with the Revivalists.
That's
We really want to thank you guys for coming in and joining us at the record store today.
Thank you for having us.
All right, Scott. Looks like we got some new releases, buddy.
Yeah, we got a couple coming up. The first one we're talking about is from Group Love.
Yeah.
You a Group Love fan?
I mean, it's once again, it's one of those bands that I'll listen to, but I don't
Yeah.
own anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, me too, totally. But I did like a lot of their older stuff, so I was really happy to see. It kind of seems like they're going back to that part.
Cool.
Anyway, the new album's called Healer.
Okay.
Comes on that limited red colored vinyl.
Love it,
Yeah,
love it.
you love the red vinyl. let's see, they kicked off 2020 with their anarchistic, high-energy single, Deleter, and they show no signs of slowing down on their 4th studio album, Healer.
Nice.
Yeah, and it seemed like they've gone through a lot of, like, changes and, like, dramatic stuff since the band started or since their last album.
Okay.
And so that kind of comes across on this new album. Apparently.
Very nice.
Also says from recording in El Paso within eyeshot of the border during the height of the family separation crisis to brain surgery for frontwoman Hannah Hooper.
Yeah, that's definitely a chink in the structure there.
Yeah, that would not be easy.
No.
To immersing themselves in new creative spaces with producers Dave Sitak and Malay. So just working with new producers.
Cool.
But then it says their new album represents a rebirth and a full circle return to their initial idealism.
Oh, I think what that means, if you're a fan of Group Love, then you should just go ahead and pick it up.
Yeah, and more specifically, a fan of their older stuff.
Yes, older stuff. So pick it up. You shouldn't be disappointed.
Disappointed, yeah, totally. Coming out on Friday the 13th,
Ooh.
March 13th. Next is The Frights. They're kind of a newer punk band. They've been around for a while. You heard of them?
Yeah, I've heard some stuff from them.
Okay. Also on Epitaph Records.
Yeah, love Epitaph.
Yeah, they've been putting out a lot of stuff lately, apparently. The album's called Everything Seems Like Yesterday. It's the follow-up to their 2018 album, Hypochondriac. So, one album right after the other. They're from San Diego.
Nice.
It says a lot of these songs are about friends who are gone now, either in the sense that they passed away or that we don't speak anymore. He speaks out. Our songs have always involved some kind of looking back over the past, but this one feels like the first time where I'm dealing with those situations and growing from them.
I see.
Yeah, that sounds like my kind of storyline.
Yeah.
All right, so the Frights and Group Love.
Yeah, pick those up if you're a fan.
Yeah. And Friday the 13th is, we're going to get into the local concert calendar.
Yeah, a lot of good ones coming up.
Yeah. Bare Hands. Pretty sure they're signing for us. They're at
Sweet.
Off-Broadway tonight, Friday, March 13th.
Nice.
Alan Stone is at Delmar Hall. The Wonder Years, Spanish Love Songs, Free Throw, and Pool Kids are at the Ready Room.
Nice.
Yeah, Wonder Years are great, and Spanish Love Songs are pretty great too. And I don't know Free Throw or Pool Kids.
I'm gonna assume it's along the same lines, probably.
Yeah,
You know.
that's a safe assumption.
Yeah, Wonder Years have been around for quite a while.
Yes, totally. And then Mindy Smith is at the Duck Room.
Nice.
So pretty stacked Friday night.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, Saturday, March 14th, you got Destroyer with Nap Eyes at the Duck Room.
I like it.
And then they're doing this thing called Pogue Tree, Songs of the Pogues. Did you like the Pogues? Old
Yeah,
Irish folk punk?
Yeah. Nothing
And
wrong
it's two of the members of the Pogues, Spider Stacy and Kate O'Riordan.
Kate O'Riordan. I wonder if she's related to the now passed away lead singer of Cranberries, because that was Dolores O'Riordan. Same spelling.
They were Irish, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Definitely.
maybe that's just a really frequent name
Might
in
be.
Ireland.
It's probably like Johnson or Smith over there.
Yeah, probably. And they're both going to be backed by the Lost Bayou Ramblers, and they're just going to be doing all Pogue classics.
You know what? That's going to be a real treat for fans of the Pogues, I think.
Yeah.
That's going to be a cool little thing going on there. So get out to that if you can at the Duck Room on Saturday. So
Yes.
definitely.
And then Sunday, January 15th, Brent Cobb is at Off-Broadway. Tef Poe is doing an unplugged show.
That will be interesting.
Not
and
sure how that's gonna
I
work.
think that will probably be pretty decent.
Yeah.
Who was the hip hop artist that did the Unplugged when MTV had their Unplugged? I think they only did maybe one.
I think it was Jay-Z.
Was it
Jay-Z
Jay-Z?
did an unplugged thing. I don't know if it was for
Okay.
MTV or
Maybe.
not.
Yeah, I
but
can't
maybe
remember.
it was somebody
Something
more
like
like,
that.
Public Enemy or something.
So for some reason I'm thinking of LL Cool J, but maybe not.
I could see that
But-
too. I could
but
totally see that.
This is one of St. Louis's great hip hop acts.
For sure, finest that's
So-
still here.
Yeah, so get out and see him. I'm sure it's gonna be Unplugged. Is gonna be great.
Yeah, and that's at Open Concept. And then Anna Birch is at the Duck Room, and I've been informed that I think she just agreed to sign for us too.
Sweet.
So go see Anna Birch at the Blueberry Hill Duck Room.
Definitely.
Yeah. Now the re-release for the week is a Tears for Fears. No, I didn't have a record for it, but I'm gonna take this anyway. It's a Tears for Fears songs from the Big Chair. That's their classic.
That's
album.
their classic, legendary album. I remember when this came out. I
Really?
remember when Shout, the video for Shout,
Yeah.
came out on MTV back. Well, once again, when MTV actually played videos. And I tell you what, Shout was a huge song. Head over heels to Everybody Wants to Rule the World. Yeah, I mean, all on this album. So
Yeah. This is coming out as a picture disc.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So if you're a huge fan, and
cool.
yeah, something to hang on the wall.
I have to admit, I liked this album, and I'm into it. I still would listen to it, but the next album they came out with,
Better?
no.
No.
Terrible. I did not like it.
Other way.
The Seeds of Love was, and I still can't stand that song to this day. So yeah, no.
Yeah.
Stick with the original.
So their last good album, they're putting out a picture disc.
And apparently they've had albums out even after that. I don't know. I quit following them after that. But songs from the Big Chair, can't go wrong. Classic 80s classics.
Awesome.
Just classic.
Right on. Well, picture disc songs for a Big Chair.
Yeah.
And finally, we're getting to the bargain pick of the week. It's Tom Paxton, How Come the Sun. It was his first album on the Reprise label, and kind of set the best of his post-folk modes, if that makes sense.
Okay.
And I kind of picked this one because we promoted the show that he played at Blue Strawberry.
Yeah.
It was a new venue. I found out it is a new place.
Okay.
And it's over there by the Gaslight Theater.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, so I haven't been there yet.
Right on.
But Tom Paxton from Chicago, Illinois. This album is only $2.99 here in the bargain bin.
Can't beat it.
Come check it out. It's really great.
Can't beat it.
And that's all we got for the Vinyl Hustle this week.
That's right.
Want to thank Tank and the Bangas for coming on with us.
Awesome.
Yes, we really enjoyed their company and their stories.
That's right. Get on down to Music Record Shop for all your record, vinyl, whatever you want to call it, needs, and pick up these new releases too.
Yep, we'll see you next week.